obviously, the way the season ended, obviously, is, unacceptable as a leader. I'm still trying to figure out if I could have done things better. We let the city down. We had them all hyped up, but, things happen. I literally think we ran out of time to kind of get things right. And it showed.
Philly, that's obviously a signature moment from that Super Bowl for a lot of people. But I mean, when you think about that game, what stands out to you the most? What do you remember the most?
Just a determination that we had. We know we were going against a really good team. What a really good quarterback, guy that's won, that's been in that position. That's won a lot of Super Bowls before, and just being calm about the entire thing. We knew the game was going to be a dogfight for both teams, and we knew whichever team made the least mistakes would win.
And Foles, obviously, he's retiring, but he's not alone. You as well, Kelsey as well. This offseason, I guess, is a special one for Eagles fans. And but we kind of know where you and Kelsey kind of place in the pantheon of Eagles greats. But Foles is an interesting case. His career was kind of different. I'm curious, where would you rank him among Eagles quarterback?
Where would you rank him? He's the only quarterback that's got a Bud Light statue at Lincoln Financial. I don't. That's the only place you can put him. He's the first quarterback to bring a world championship to this organization. He's the first quarterback to win a world championship for the city of Philadelphia. He's got to be up there.
Fair enough. All right, so retirement. Tell me a little bit about how do you plan on filling all of this newfound time that you have, particularly during the football season?
I'm a big hunter, so I finally get to go do a bunch of hunting during football. During the season, I can't. Only on my off days I do go, but it's just the same, man. Just hanging out I got a big ranch in North Texas that I'm always a part of. Always there working with the guys. It don't matter what we're doing, so we always try to make it about being together and working hard and respecting each other. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
I assume you'll also be watching a lot of Eagles football. Yes, they are favored to win the East this year, even though Dallas won it last year. Do you think they should be after the way the season ended in 2023?
I mean, the biggest part to me is it's not about winning the East. I mean, the biggest part is winning the first game, and spending those first, few weeks of that first quarter of the season, figuring out who you are, your identity, who you want to be, how teams want to be you as, and I think that's the rest of it really take care of itself.
There's been a lot said and written about how last season ended. Maybe a potential clash of styles on offense. But from a defensive perspective, how did the mid-season change at coordinator impact you guys?
I mean, we got to think about it. At the end of the day, we're all pros. It don't matter what change you have, you got to adjust. I don't think none of that affected, a lot of the guys. We were just all this, hey, guys, we got a new play caller. Let's move on. Let's be professional about it, and then we'll carry on. But obviously, the way the season ended, obviously, is, unacceptable as a leader. I'm still trying to figure out if I could have done things better. We let the city down. We had them all hyped up, but things happen. I literally think we ran out of time to kind of get things right, and it showed. So, that's those guys are back this year, and I'm sure they're excited to get things started, to get that taste out of their mouth, and get back to winning.
So let's fast forward to November, December. The Eagles look like one of the best teams in football. Maybe they're contending for a Super Bowl. But that defensive line needs some help. Do you consider coming out of retirement if they call you?
No, I'll just be on my couch watching.
Fair enough. Did any of the offseason moves? There's been a lot of turnover, but then a lot of excitement over Saquon Barkley. Did any of that kind of make you reconsider your decision?
No, I'll still be on my couch watching. Nothing. Seriously, man. Nothing can change my mind. I made the decision with no regrets. I feel like I gave all I could give to the city of Philly, to the Eagles organization, to all of my teammates, all the staff, training staff, cafeteria staff, player personnel, video staff. I feel like I gave it all to them out of respect and, my time there. It was great. But, I still have no regrets. I've retired. I still talk to a lot of people in the building. I text and check on them. They text and check on me about my well-being. And that's what you get when you respect people a lot. You respect them and you treat people how you want to be treated. So I did that throughout my whole career and gave them my all. So again, I don't want to make a retirement announcement twice. So I did it once and I'm gonna live with it.
That sounds like a good place to be at in the way that most players want to go out. We know that everyone doesn't get to go out on their own terms. There's a few of your teammates are able to do the same thing this offseason. But I'm curious, were those conversations that you guys had leading up to this point? Like, I don't know if you and Kelsey ever had those conversations about retirement, but what are the layers? What are the conversations that go into that before you finally make that decision?
Just being honest with yourself, knowing that you have to live without being around football and without being around a locker room full of guys, about involving yourself around non-athletes. And that's something I've always done my entire career. I try to involve myself around normal people, non-athletes, guys that don't want to talk ball all the time, guys just want to go out and drink beer and have a good time, and not worry about, if you have some paparazzi or some, chasing you or trying to record you, and those things that you have to, be honest with yourself about, not going through the grind, not having a schedule where you have to deal with a be in the building by 8, practice at 10, or be in the weight room weigh-ins, and your diet. Obviously I still work out. I still do the things I was doing this, because that's what I do. That's what I'm used to. I'll never not work out.
So now that you get to enjoy the game as a fan, are there any underrated players that you've kind of been eyeing and looking forward to watching as just a fan?
No, I'm mostly excited to watch Arnte Mannix, because that kid is a warrior, man. He's one of the toughest defensive backs I've been around, and I've been around some really tough ones. I mean, that dude ain't scared to stick his nose in there and fill a B gap or A gap. And I'm excited to watch him, especially the stuff that he's went through the last few years with injuries. And, I talked to him the other day, and he's healthy and he's ready to go. So I'll be excited to see him fly around and man, just bring some spark back to the defense.
Last question, knowing all the turmoil that went down towards the end of last season, is that something the Eagles can recover from this year?
So you have to, because at the end of the day, you're professionals. You get paid to do a job. And that's the real, those are facts. That's a big fact. So you got to kind of, just brush it off, knowing that last year was last year, and this year you can't say that you have something to prove, because you're professionals. You're a professional football team. Just got to go out and attack each day the way that you would. Had we would have won the Super Bowl last year, right? So you got to go out and attack those days and take it day by day, build it brick by brick, and come together as a team and bond. And which is, coach is really, really big on that. Guys being close, and when you're a really, really close team, you win a lot of games.
Hey, sports fans, if you want to see more conversations with athletes and stars, check out these videos right here, and be sure to subscribe for more from USA Today Sports.